One. This is the LC Media Network on YouTube, and this is Sports Final with Steve the Baxman Baxley. Tonight, our Sports Final is sponsored by the L2C Media Network. And now, with the details from the headlines that makes up the wild and wacky world of sports, here's our champion, Steve the Baxman Baxley. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to another jam-packed, whacked-out edition here. So, there we go. All right. Okay. Thank you. Got to get like cover for it, because this. I mean, I know it's on. So, anyway, welcome everybody. Glad you could be here for this broadcast. It is a Thursday night, February 17th, 2021, and it is it's sort of a sad night if you happen to be a talk radio host. The world of talk radio, sadly, was hit with the biggest loss of all, Rush Limbaugh. He got his start with the Kansas City Royals. Then he went to talk radio and he reformed it. He transformed it into a powerhouse and literally saved AM radio. Now everybody says Howard Stern did the same thing. Well, not really, because Howard Stern left terrestrial radio to save satellite radio. So let's not forget about that. Although I do respect Howard Stern for, transforming the media. Rush Limbaugh and, in some extent, Larry King also transformed AM radio to a powerhouse that it is. And now there's a big hole in the radio world. Future unknown. Because, let's face it, no one can replace Rush Limbaugh. And he loved sports. He loved talking about sports. In fact, so much so, ESPN hired him to be a part of the Sunday NFL Countdown show. And he was doing pretty good till, of course, he ran into some controversy. But he will be missed. He was 70 years old when he passed away of lung cancer, stage 4 lung cancer. So tonight, the sports world, the media world, and talk radio world are literally in as a whole entire group. So we are dedicating this program to the memory of Rush Limbaugh. So if we can, let's get on with the show and get to some sports. No, I have not tied my brains behind my back, or however you say. No, with one part of my brain tied behind my back. But we got some big news. And we have breaking news in Australia. Where is our breaking news sounder, people in the control room? We have breaking news. There we go. Tennis fans are in for a treat. They get to watch two of the best in the sport fight it out at the Australian Open with a lot on the line. The semifinal match is a battle between arguably the best to ever do it, number 10 seed Serena Williams, and the next generation's tennis star, number 3, Naomi Osaka. The match began at 10 p.m. Eastern in Melbourne. Now, Williams upset number 2, Simona Halep, 6-3, 6-1 to earn her spot in the semis, while Osaka defeated unseeded Sei Su Wei 6-2, 6-2 to punch her ticket into this match. Now, Williams has more than just a spot in the final on the line. She is looking to tie Margaret Court's record for most career Grand Slam singles titles, currently sitting one shy at 23. Since 2017, Williams has advanced to 4 Grand Slam finals, but has come up short each time. A win tonight will give her the chance to tie Court's mark this weekend. The 39-year-old is still on the top of her game, but faces a tough and motivated opponent in Osaka. The 23-year-old enters the match as the favorite, according to William Hill Sportsbooks, while Williams is the underdog. The two have met previously, most famously when Osaka beat Williams for her first Grand Slam win in the 2018 U.S. Open final. The all-time series between them is tied 2-2, with the tiebreaker set for tonight. And we have an update, folks, and wow. It is not good if you're a fan of Serena Williams. The queen of tennis has been dethroned. There is now a new queen upon the throne. Naomi Osaka has defeated Serena Williams in straight sets, 6-3 to, let's try it again. Naomi Osaka defeated Serena Williams 6-3, 6-4 to advance to the Australian Open final. My. That was a sensational match and a sensational performance. Wow. Incredible is just one adjective you can say about that match. But Serena was just outplayed. All right, let's get to the headlines. And we start off with the National Football League. And, well, after 3 seasons with San Francisco 49ers, 5-time Pro Bowl cornerback Richard Sherman will be playing elsewhere in 2021, more likely. His time in San Francisco ended unceremoniously as he played just 5 games in 2020 due to injury and recorded 18 combined tackles, 1 pass defensed, and 1 interception, with other important players due for extensions and 49ers' lack of cap space. It always seemed likely the two parties were headed for a split. Now, during a recent interview with the Sacramento Bee's Chris Biederman, Sherman revealed that he had a conversation with 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan and general manager John Lynch, where the two sides agreed they would likely part ways. Quote, Sherman said, quote, "It's been made pretty clear. It was a good conversation, nothing crazy, just a good conversation about where they are and where I am and their plans. We were both very positive and as good as you can be in a situation like this." The 49ers have several free agents they will want to re-sign, such as left tackle Trent Williams, cornerback Jason Verrett, and then, of course, comes Fred Warner's potential extension. As of right now, the 49ers have just over $13 million to work with in cap space, according to our friends at Over the Cap. Now, Sherman spent his first 7 years with the Seattle Seahawks, but was released following the 2017 season. Just one day after leaving Seattle, Sherman signed a 3-year deal with his former rival in San Francisco. With him entering his age 30 season, many wondered if Sherman was going to be the same playmaker that could lead a defense. He proved he was when his Pro Bowl campaign in 2019 helped the 49ers make it all the way to Super Bowl 54. Was that 54? Yeah, 54. That was 50. Yeah, 54. Because this was LV, which is 55. There you go. LIV is 54. Sherman said he loved his time in San Francisco and will certainly look back on it as a pleasant time in both life and career. Now, Sherman told Stephen A. Smith of ESPN earlier this month that he wants to play players with a competitive team. While he is appreciative of his time with the 49ers, Sherman knows he still has some tread left on the tires and that he's an elite corner who can help another team compete for a Super Bowl. We shall see, my friends. We shall see. All right, we look upon the board here, and it is 11:43 Eastern Time. Let's keep going and give you the Hot Stove League updates. And here we go. Fernando Tatis Jr. has made some headlines, some very eye-catching headlines. Fernando Tatis Jr. and the San Diego Padres have agreed to a record-breaking 14-year, $340 million long-term contract extension. San Diego Union Tribune reporters Kevin Acree and FanSided's Robert Murray report. Star shortstop's extension will include a full no-trade clause for all 14 years of the deal, according to Scott Miller. Tatis Jr., who is still just 22 years of age, has thrived throughout his young career. In 143 games across 2 seasons with San Diego, Tatis had batted .301, .374, and .582. With 39 homers, 29 stolen bases. That is an exceptional product for any player, let alone a young shortstop. This past season, Tatis won a Silver Slugger and finished third in the NL MVP balloting. Tatis' performance to date is in keeping with his former status as consensus top prospect in all baseball, which, if you gotta know, is in part why the Padres are comfortable making such a large investment in him. There we go. Happy landings. Now, as it turned out, Tatis basically hit that mark about 14 years instead of 15, hence the slightly lower overall value. Tatis' $340 million extension, once finalized, will become the largest in Padres franchise history, breaking the record set by Tatis' fellow member of the left side of the infield, Manny Machado, which is $300 million. It also became the third largest contract in MLB history in terms of value, behind Mike Trout, Mookie Betts' current deals. At 14 years, Tatis' extension is the longest contract, which breaks a record of 13 years shared by Giancarlo Stanton and Bryce Harper. Here are the larger concepts, the big three. Trout, $426,500,000. Bettis, $365 million. Fernando Tatis, $340 million. The Padres general manager A.J. Preller now have one of the brightest young stars to hit the baseball world in a long time, locked up for more than a decade. The deal also caps a highly successful offseason for Preller and the Padres. Prior to this reported agreement, the Padres most notably fortified the rotation with trades for Hugh Darvish, Blake Snell, and Joe Musgrove. Now, coming off the 2020 season, which they had made the postseason and logged the highest win percentage in team history, the Padres are positioned to contend for years to come with Tatis and his star power and his MVP upside helming those efforts every step of the way. Almost took the chair out. I am such a daredevil. I'll just sit like this for a bit. Yep. There's your normal seatage. Okay. Let's keep going. Still with the NFL. You'll never believe what we're about to tell you as we enter the second portion of our NFL report. That's right. One of the main narratives following Super Bowl 55 was Tom Brady's undisputed claim as the NFL's GOAT, or greatest of all time. Even all-world receiver Jerry Rice conceded that title to Brady, who won his 7th Super Bowl and his 5th Super Bowl MVP at age 43, while Brady's status as the GOAT stated, his longevity and sustained excellence is truly peerless. Now, that being said, Brady is not the GOAT when it comes to a Pro Football Reference metric. The website created a Hall of Fame monitor in 2019 that was designed to estimate a player's chances of being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Salute. Using approximate value, Pro Bowls, All Pros, championships, and other statistical milestones, the site created a point system to determine the pecking order at each position. At quarterback, Peyton Manning holds top spot, 258 points. Brady is number 2 with 250.94 points, followed by Brett Favre, 178.84 points. Aaron Rodgers, 163.72 points. Johnny Unitas, 169.34. Joe Montana, 153.45. Drew Brees, 140.5. John Elway, 137 7/8. Ryan Tarkington, that's incredible. All right. Whoa. Hey. I take the long pauses. No. Philip Rivers, who announced his retirement following the Colts' playoff loss to Buffalo, is actually 12th on the Pro Football's quarterback metric. He's just behind Steve Young and ahead of Bart Starr, Matt Ryan, and Ben Roethlisberger. Eli Manning is 21st on the list. Now, while Brady can still catch Manning, Rice's place atop the wide receiver food chain is pretty scarce. Rice's 311.81 points are more than twice as many as the second-ranked receiver, Randy Moss, would have gotten. Now, while Moss's 23 touchdown ratings are up, all right. Let's keep going. Let's give you the quarterbacks. Top 5. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Johnny Unitas. For running back, the late great Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, LaDainian Tomlinson. Brown, by the way, led the NFL in rushing for 8 years of his 9 seasons. It's 1,863-yard season, and it was the most ever fun I have ever had at that time. Okay, wide receiver, Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, Larry Fitzgerald, and Terrell Owens. Then the tight end, we'll just Tony Gonzalez. But Antonio Gates won it big. Antonio Gates got second. Shannon Sharp got third. Dave Casper fourth. Jason Witten is in last position. Now, let's take a little bit of a break. Some announcements done, and see if I can't splash something on my face to keep me awake. So we will return in a moment with more of sports. Yes. Oh, there we go. Oh boy, it's been a rough day. Okay. All right. Anyway, there we go. Okay, I'm just taking it a little easy right now. While we're on this momentary lull in the action. Okay, wow, that was a yawn. Tonight on the Ricada Law channel is Lost Blaming the Interweb. Nick and his guest, remember the passing of radio personality Rush Limbaugh, and you also have Melinda Scott versus, believe it or not, Melinda Scott versus Josh Moon and more. How much more? That all buys the other team chance to oh boy. Yeah, passing Rush Limbaugh, Melissa Scott versus Josh Moon, and more. How do you like it? How do you like it? I like it good and rough. And we're going to take a brief break. I shall return. We got more. We got more coming up. Please stay with us. Thank you. I know you will. This is Sports Final on the L2C Media Networks. Be right back, folks.
What's it, noon?
Huh?
It's noon?
No.
What?
What do you mean, what?
It's noon.
No, Mom, it's midnight.
Oh, midnight.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Back. And we got about 30 minutes left. All right. Hey, how you doing?
What time do we have to be there?
All right. Excuse me, folks. I've got to answer the
Oh,
boss.
this is 12 midnight. I'm going to bed.
Okay. Well, I will be in bed when I finish my broadcast. All right. Let's rock and ride, kids. Let's rock and ride. How you doing? Welcome to the second half of the broadcast. We are, of course, doing some more scores, stories, and everything else therein in the world of sports. And don't forget, coming up at midnight Eastern, it is Lost Blaming the Interwebs with Minnesota's humblest attorney, lawyer, and shock jock, Nick Ricada. He's going to have a lot about the passing of legendary talk show host Rush Limbaugh. Melinda Scott, an update on the lawsuit between Melinda Scott versus Josh Moon, and a whole lot more from midnight to 3, only here on the Ricada Law channel here on YouTube. And with that, we go back to the headlines and a few scores as well. So we might as well just get the scores done. We go straight To NBA. Let's see. We got the hoops. And it was a Wednesday of hoop action somewhat. And yes, we got a couple of games on the scoreboard that are in the waning stages of the final quarter. The final countdown. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Anyway. Utah Jazz lead the Los Angeles Clippers 97-82 with 7:42 left in the game. Meanwhile, Miami Heat lead the Golden State Warriors 96-81 with 9:23 left to play. Orlando Magic beat the New York Knicks 107-89. Philadelphia 76ers beat the Houston Rockets 118-113. Atlanta Hawks over the Boston Celtics by a score of 122-114. Washington Wizards over the Denver Nuggets 130-128. Indiana Pacers in overtime beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 134-128. Chicago Bulls handed the Detroit Pistons their 20th loss of the season 105-102. Portland Trail Blazers defeated the New Orleans Pelicans 126-124. Memphis Grizzlies beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 122-113. And there you go. And we already did the postponements last night. So that's what you get. By the way, all the scores that we give you tonight are, as always, presented by William Hill Sportsbooks, and William Hill Sportsbook tells you to bet wisely. And if you have a gambling problem, 1-800-270-7177, 1-800-270-7177. And there you go. Okay, we are done with the NBA at this moment in prime time in some standard general order. Okay, man, Tatis with a $340 million extension with the Pods. Not bad. Okay, let's go with more baseball. And by the way, 7 words you needed to say that'll bring a little warmth into your bodies. That's right, kids. It is pitchers and catchers arrive for spring training. That's right. That means spring training is only days, if not weeks away. This should be fun. But one person is not going to be a part of it, and that is Tim Tebow, the former NFL quarterback. And the New York Mets announced that Tim Tebow, the former Heisman Trophy winner and NFL quarterback, has decided to retire from professional baseball. A 33-year-old signed with the Mets in September of 2016, despite not having played organized baseball since high school. Now, across parts of 3 minor league seasons, Tebow batted .223, .299, .338 with 18 homers, 48 doubles, and 5 stolen bases in 287 games. Tebow began his professional baseball journey in the Arizona Fall League and, as noted, made his way to the highest minor league rung in 2019. Now, Tebow did not play in 2020 as the minor league season was canceled because of the COVID-19 pandemic. This spring, Tebow had again been invited to Major League camp with the Mets. Now, prior to signing with the Mets, Tebow earned fame as a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback for the University of Florida. In the NFL, he made 16 starts in 3 seasons and helped the 2011 Denver Broncos to the playoffs. Since 2014, Tebow has worked as a college football analyst for the SEC Network and occasionally ESPN, which owns the SEC Network, along with Ray Broadcasting's Raycom division. Okay. And we continue with more NBA news. Well, not everyone was happy about former Spartan Draymond Green and his calling out of the double standard in how teams and players are treated during trade season. Now, earlier this week, Golden State Warriors star Draymond Green made headlines with an unorthodox post-game interview, putting on an extemporaneous speaking clinic. Green spoke for 3 minutes straight about his frustrations with the double standard for players and teams during trade season. You can read his entire speech on CBSSports.com. The gist of it is that he thinks it's unfair that players are criticized for requesting a trade, but no one cares if a team sit players out while they're trying to trade them. Green's comments came in the wake of the Cleveland Cavaliers' decision to bench veteran center and former Detroit Piston Andre Drummond while they tried to figure out his future. Green's comments elicited plenty of responses, including one from Cavaliers coach J.B. Bickerstaff, speaking to reporters on Wednesday. Bickerstaff basically played both sides of the thing. Quote, nobody's opinion should be muted. Obviously, there's conversations that we've had with our guys as far as this process goes that everybody, not just privy to, but agents, but again, guys have a right to speak their voice, and their organizations have to do what's best for the organization. I think that's kind of how it works, and it shouldn't be a two-way street, so to speak. End quote. Bickerstaff also praised Drummond's professionalism and noted that the whole thing is called difficult. Drummond, who arrived in California last season at the trade deadline, started 26 games for the Cavs this season, putting up 17.5 points and 13.5 rebounds. All right. There we go. All right. Drummond, who arrived in Cleveland last season at the trade deadline, started 25 games for the Cavs this season, putting the nope, that wasn't it. Anyway, quit lowering the eyeballs. Drummond, who arrived in Cleveland last year at the trade deadline, started 25 games for the Cavs this season, putting up 17.5 points, 13.5 rebounds. But even though Drummond was putting up big numbers, it wasn't leading to much success, and just makes sense for the two to part ways in separate eras. The veteran big man will be a free agent after this season, and I didn't see any hamburger. Yeah, okay. The Wandering Man, by the way, is a relative newcomer here. But if you want to do it, you're going to have to, I guess, find out. Okay, well, anyway. Oh, boy, I cannot wait for the bell to ring. Anyway. The veteran big man will be a free agent after the season and didn't have a future on a rebuilding Cavs team, especially after they acquired Jared Allen in James Harden trade. Reading him before he awoke, Drummond was putting up big numbers, wasn't leading to anything. Anyway, there we go. So good luck wherever you land, Andre. Okay, well, I'm feeling out of it, so we will drudge along. Okay, let's go to the NHL, and then we'll get the rest of the scores for you. God. Anyway, there we are. Hey, let's get you the NHL scores that we can before I knock off to sleep. Okay, we got two games that are still in progress. They're both early in the third quarter or third period, depending on how you score these things. The Oilers with 18:32, still early in the third. The Edmonton Oilers lead the Winnipeg Jets 3-2. With 11:08 remaining in the Flames and Calgary's. Who's got the flame? And all right. Let's see. Canucks over the Flames 5-1. In overtime, Panthers over the Hurricanes 4-3. Huberdeau for Florida, 2 goals, 1 assist. Trocheck, 1 goal. And Dodger went 2 assists. Anyway, let's get to it. For the Panthers and Hurricanes, Huberdeau, 2 goals, 1 assist. Trocheck for Carolina, 1 goal. And Dryjar for Florida, 32 saves. Maple Leafs over the Senators 2-1. Anderson, Matthews for Toronto, 27 saves and 1 goal respectfully. Kachuk for Ottawa, 1 goal. Linda Steele's Chicago Blackhawks waited for someone to give them a surprise, and what a surprise it was. 2-0 was the final score, and I think anyway, there we go. We only got 2 of them. Okay. Khrushchev for Chicago, 1 goal, and Lankinen for Chicago, 29 saves. There you go. Happy landings. A very short edition of the Big Tent. There you go. Anyway. That's going to do it for the NHL scores. That's right. NHL actor scores. Okay. Wow. I start hitting the sheets. Oh boy. Let's see who's fixed in and who's fixed out. It's time for us to call and sort the first of 2 subjects of volcano. There we go. Okay, let's get to what occurred on the 17th. Hopefully, some games did. And here we go. In the Premier League, Burnley and Fulham tied at 1, as did Everton and Manchester City defeated Edmonton 3-1. Champions League, Porto 2, Juventus 1. Seville and Borussia Dortmund had to pick it up there, and Seville all right, there we are. Okay, Porto and Juventus 2-1. Borussia Dortmund 3-2 over Seville. In the Scottish Premiership action, Celtic over Aberdeen 1-0, and St. Mirren and Hamilton Academy. It's kind of clear. In the championships, Norwich City over Coventry 2-0. Millwall over Birmingham City 2-0 as well. I'm not sure, but whoever did that is going to be exciting. Oak Park Rangers over Brentford 2-1. Swansea City over Nottingham Forest 1-0. Barnsley Bentley. Anyway. Okay. Man, I'm falling asleep. Sorry, folks. Sleep is killing me. Celtic 1, Aberdeen nothing. St. Mirren and Hamilton Academical tied at 1 in the Scottish Premiership. In the Championship, it was Norwich City 2, Coventry City nothing. Millwall 2, Birmingham City nothing. Queen's Park Rangers a 2-1 winner over Brentford. Swansea City a 1-0 winner over Nottingham Forest. Barnsley a 2-1 City with Blackburn Rovers. And finally, Bournemouth. They only got a point. Rotherham United did horribly. Horribly, yeah. In League One, Hull City defeated Wigan Athletic. Accrington Stanley defeated Doncaster Reviews. Midfield Town made things interesting, but Dalton Waterers defeated them 3-2. Sunderland in the FL Trophy game. Sunderland and my local city just tapped away. Okay. Let's straighten up the fly right. Northern Group E, Sunderland and Lincoln City ended up in a tie. And that is going to do it over there. That's right. Because we got 2 minutes left. We have actually no. Let's see. We're off for 45. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Wow, we are very alert, but very much. We got about 3 minutes left on this broadcast. And I think we'll end it right there at the 43-minute mark. Folks, that is going to totally wrap us up for the evening. Sorry if we didn't get much sports in, but I want to say hi to everybody on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Good evening, Dale, is it? There you go. Okay, we are, without a doubt, done. We went 45 minutes. I know we sometimes go over that 45, but tonight we are done, and I am about cooked. So thank you all very much for watching. Oh, I knew what I was going to do. Let's give you a quick update on how Mandy Summers has been doing. If we can, boys. Defeat the purpose. And we're off. Yay. Okay, let's there we go. Hi to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Minds, and go art. No, it's just the hell is it? Man, my eyes are about shut down. Oh boy. Anyway, we're going to, as we said, try to get things working out. And today was worked out like a bow wow, so I'm a little out of it right now. But we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 11:35 for another 40-plus edition of Sports Final. Sorry I fell asleep most of the time. Let's do a quick thing here. Let's take a look at how Wart the Wizard, the sequel to Wart 1, is being created, crafted, etc. This is Wart the Wizard 2, The Portal of Echoes. And with 19 days remaining, $3,710. That is about 14,000 away from topping her debut book, Wart the Wizard, which is which is undergone several renovations. So there you go on that side. Anyway, let's all help Mandy Summers and the folks at Comic Skate out. They are, of course, the lifeblood of all comicdom, and we want to see everybody succeed. So if you can, back it, then go get a perk. That's how it's done. Anyway, we are about done. I've nodded off twice, and I know I shouldn't have, so my apologies one and all. Tomorrow's going to be an easy night. We will finally get back to some sort of an assemblant of normality, if we ever can. But that's what does they say? You can have a lot of good shows, but you can only have a few bad ones. And well, we hit a couple of ruts tonight, but still, we got it done. I want to thank everybody for watching and for supporting this show. Keep going. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. And we'll see you tomorrow night. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great night and blessings.